Let me tell you about testosterone. There's a very common misconception that I come across almost every day in my clinic. I just saw a patient, a 58-year-old man, formerly active and energetic. He used to play tennis 3 times a week, enjoyed hiking with his wife on weekends, and looked forward to each day. But he came to see me, with frustration in his eyes. "Dr. John," he said, "I've gained weight despite eating less than ever. I'm tired all the time, my muscles feel weak, and my doctor just told me it's normal aging." I'm Dr. John, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience, and what I'm about to share might completely change the way you look at male hormones. I've worked with thousands of patients across the country, and what I've discovered might surprise you, because while most doctors dismiss low testosterone symptoms as just getting older, the truth is your body needs optimal hormone levels, and the story about testosterone being dangerous is missing crucial pieces of information that could change everything about your health journey. In just a moment, I'll reveal exactly what testosterone really does in your body, how to interpret your numbers correctly, and why the standard approach might be causing more harm than good, even if you're over 60 or have been told your levels are normal. So stay with me. This could change how you think about men's health forever. Now let's get to the heart of it, the truth about testosterone, and why everything you've been told needs a second look. Let me start with a story from my own practice. Just last month, I met with a retired engineer, Richard, 67 years old, formerly active, ambitious, who'd gradually watched his vitality disappear. But his doctor saw one number, his testosterone was 280, and said you're in the normal range for your age. But there was something his doctor never checked, something critical that changes everything about how we should interpret those numbers. You see, testosterone isn't what you think it is, and the story is much more complex than normal versus low. Let's break down what testosterone actually is, because understanding this changes everything. Testosterone is not just a sex hormone, it's a vital metabolic hormone that affects virtually every system in your body, from your brain to your bones, from your heart to your muscle tissue. These effects, actual physiological functions, are essential for male vitality. They're not optional extras. They're the foundation of energy, strength, and mental clarity, the backbone of your metabolic health, the material that helps optimize brain function. Testosterone forms the structure of your motivation, your ability to build and maintain muscle, your capacity to burn fat efficiently. Without it, your body simply cannot function optimally. I remember a patient, Michael, a 62-year-old who came to me, confused and frustrated, because despite exercising regularly, watching his diet carefully, his energy had plummeted, his waistline expanded, and intimacy with his wife had become infrequent. When we looked deeper, we discovered something his primary care doctor missed entirely. His total testosterone was 340 ngdl, which falls within the normal reference range, but was far below optimal for his body. You see, conventional medicine often misses the context, the bigger picture, the way these systems work together. Here's what you need to understand. The reference ranges for testosterone aren't based on optimal health. They're statistical averages that include all men in a certain age group, including those who are overweight, inactive, and unwell. Let me explain something revolutionary that most doctors never discuss with their patients. The relationship between testosterone and health completely changes depending on your individual response, your receptor sensitivity, your free testosterone levels. When researchers examined the data carefully, they found something remarkable. Men with similar total testosterone numbers can have dramatically different symptoms, depending on their SHBG levels, their estradiol conversio, and their metabolic health. This changes everything about how we should approach male hormones. Yet most doctors never even check free testosterone, ever evaluate the critical context that determines whether your levels are truly optimal. I've had countless patients come to me, resigned to fatigue, weight gain, and low motivation, only to discover their hormones were significantly imbalanced, even though their numbers appeared normal on standard tests. Think about this logically for a moment. If testosterone naturally declines with age, why do some 70-year-old men maintain energy, muscle mass, and drive, while others experience rapid decline in their 50s? The same aging process that happens to everyone affects men very differently, which suggests something profound about individual optimization. This suggests something profound, that testosterone levels aren't just about numbers, but about your body's unique need for this vital hormone. Let me share another insight from my practice that conventional medicine tends to overlook. Many men eating heart-healthy diets low in saturated fat, avoiding eggs, red meat, and natural fats, see their testosterone levels drop significantly, and doctors never make the connectio. What they don't tell you is that cholesterol is the precursor to all steroid hormones, and drastically reducing it can impact hormone production, while diets higher in healthy natural fats often support optimal testosterone levels. It's like starving your body of building materials, then wondering why the structure is failing. I had a patient, William, 64 years old, who came to me exhausted after years on a low-fat diet. His testosterone had gradually dropped to 220, and his doctor said this was appropriate for his age. But when we looked deeper, adjusted his nutrition to include more healthy fats, addressed his vitamin D deficiency, and improved his sleep quality, his levels rose to 650 within months, and his energy, motivation, and strength returned in ways he thought were lost forever. 6 years later, William remains more vital than he's been in decades, more energetic than many men in their 40s, with stable blood pressure and robust heart health, despite being told to accept aging gracefully. This is what's missing from the conversation: the nuance, the context, the complete picture that determines whether hormone optimization actually makes sense for your health. Now, I want to be clear. I'm not saying testosterone is the answer for every ma, or that everyone should ignore their doctor's advice, but I am saying we need a more sophisticated approach, one that looks at the whole person, not just isolated numbers on a lab report. When we look at men over 60, some fascinating research emerges. Those with higher testosterone levels often have better cognitive function, stronger bones, and improved cardiovascular health. This makes sense when you understand that testosterone is a vital metabolic hormone, a critical part of your body's energy systems, and essential for maintaining muscle mass, which directly impacts longevity. Speaking of brain health, did you know that low testosterone is associated with increased risk of Alzheimer's and cognitive decline? It's absolutely essential for neuron function, for memory, for thinking clearly. I've seen patients who, after years of dismissing symptoms, begin experiencing serious memory problems, cognitive issues, only to see remarkable improvements when we carefully optimize their hormonal health. This isn't about rejecting modern medicine. It's about being more precise, more personalized, more attuned to what your unique body actually needs. So what should you do if your doctor tells you your testosterone is normal for your age, but you still feel exhausted, unmotivated, or foggy? First, ask for more information. Request tests that provide context, like free testosterone, not just total, SHBG, estradiol, and key metabolic markers that help understand your hormone utilization. Second, consider your overall well-being. Are you maintaining muscle mass easily? Is your mental clarity what it used to be? Do you wake refreshed and motivated? These symptoms matter tremendously in assessing real health. Third, understand that natural optimization approaches carry benefits that must be considered carefully, especially compared to simply accepting decline as an inevitable part of aging. I'm reminded of a conversation with an endocrinologist friend who privately admitted that for many of his patients, improving hormonal health through targeted approaches would likely be more effective than dismissing symptoms. But the system isn't set up to support that approach. It's easier to say that's normal aging than to help someone restore their vitality, even when optimization would yield better results. Let me share a simple approach I've developed over 3 decades of clinical practice for understanding your hormonal health and context. It starts with recognizing that your body isn't meant to rapidly decline at 50. It's responding to environmental factors, lifestyle choices, nutrition, sleep quality, and stress management, all of which affect your hormonal cascade. If your energy and vitality are declining, the first question isn't, is my testosterone in normal range? But rather, is my body producing optimal hormones for me? And what factors might be disrupting my natural balance? For many men, the answer lies in several key areas that dramatically affect hormonal health without requiring medical intervention. I've guided thousands of patients to improved vitality by focusing on the foundations of hormonal health: strategic nutrition with adequate healthy fats, proper resistance training, quality sleep, stress management, and targeted supplementation when needed. The results speak for themselves: improved energy, better cognitive function, maintained muscle mass, and yes, quality of life that continues for decades longer than what conventional approaches often provide. One approach I've found particularly effective involves focusing on 5 key areas that dramatically improve testosterone production and utilization throughout your body. First, prioritizing sleep quality and duration, which is when your body produces most of its testosterone and allows for proper recovery and repair. Second, incorporating regular resistance training, which stimulates natural hormone production and improves receptor sensitivity in muscle tissue. Third, managing stress levels effectively, as cortisol directly antagonizes testosterone, creating a hormonal seesaw effect when chronically elevated. Fourth, optimizing nutrition with adequate healthy fats, zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D, all critical cofactors in testosterone production. Fifth, minimizing xenoestrogen exposure from plastics, certain personal care products, and environmental factors that can disrupt hormone balance. I had a patient, Robert, 69 years old, who came to me after being told repeatedly that his fatigue, weight gain, and brain fog were simply normal parts of getting older. By carefully addressing each of these 5 areas, while monitoring his labs thoughtfully, he not only restored healthy testosterone levels naturally, but regained energy he thought was lost forever, reconnected with his passion for cycling, and found himself living, not just surviving. That's what proper understanding of male hormones can do. It can free you from unnecessary decline, unnecessary suffering, and help you reclaim vitality you thought was gone. Now I understand this information might contradict what you've heard for decades from well-meaning doctors following guidelines that haven't caught up with our deeper understanding. But I've seen too many patients transformed, too many lives improved, by looking beyond simplified labels of normal aging to the complex, beautiful systems operating in your body. The truth is your body wants to be vital. It's designed for energy, for strength, and sometimes what looks like inevitable decline is actually a reversible hormonal imbalance. So if you're facing decisions about your health, about accepting symptoms or seeking optimization, I encourage you to seek deeper understanding, to ask more questions, to consider the context of your unique body and life. When you understand that hormonal decline isn't inevitable, but often a result of specific factors you can address, everything changes about how you approach your health. You move from resignation to empowerment, from treating symptoms to supporting systems, from fighting your body to working with its innate intelligence. I've seen this transformation thousands of times, in my patients, in my colleagues, and in my own approach to health at 65. This isn't about rejecting conventional medicine. It's about embracing a more sophisticated understanding that honors both scientific advancement and the wisdom of our natural physiology. So what's the one thing I want you to remember from everything we've discussed today? Context matters. Your hormone numbers don't exist in isolation. They exist within the complex, intelligent system that is your unique body. And when you honor that complexity, when you work with your body instead of against it, remarkable vitality becomes possible at any age, with any starting point. I've seen 75-year-olds reclaim energy they hadn't felt in decades. I've seen mental clarity improve without medication. I've seen resignation transform into confidence as people understand what's really happening in their bodies. This is the transformation I wish for you. Not just longer life, but better life, filled with energy, strength, and clarity that comes from optimizing your body's natural systems, rather than accepting unnecessary decline. As we wrap up today, I want to invite you to reflect on what you've learned, to consider how it might apply to your own health journey, and to approach your next doctor's visit with more knowledge, more questions, and more confidence in your body's potential for vitality. The truth about testosterone isn't simple. It isn't captured in reference ranges and statistical averages, but understanding it more fully can transform your health in ways conventional approaches often miss. Final thoughts. This is only the beginning. Sometimes we come to a point in life where we quietly begin to accept less energy, less strength, less confidence in our health, not because we want to, but because it feels. That's just the way things should be as we age. But I want to tell you from one human being to another that this idea is simply not true. You're not done, you're not too old, and your body hasn't given up on you. What we've talked about here seems complex, but what it represents is something much simpler. Your body has wisdom, purpose, intelligence in everything it does, including hormone production. Think about all your body has carried you through. Decades of hard work, challenges, raising families, life stresses, adventures, losses, victories. Your systems have supported you through all of it. Your hormones orchestrating countless functions, showing up day after day. And now when you finally have time to enjoy the moments that truly matter, connection, discovery, joy, you deserve to understand what's really happening in your body, not be limited by oversimplified stories about normal aging. What I hope you take away from this is not just information about testosterone and hormones. I hope you take away the belief that your body isn't destined for rapid decline, that the wisdom of medical science is most powerful when it works with your body's natural potential. OT against it. The truth is, age doesn't have to mean weakness. It doesn't have to mean fatigue. It doesn't have to mean resignation to symptoms. It can mean deeper understanding, more personalized approaches, and health that improves with wisdom, not deteriorates with time. So if all you do tomorrow is ask more questions or research beyond the simplified stories, know this: you're making a choice to engage with your health intentionally, a choice to honor the potential and wisdom of your body, not because it's broke, but because it deserves to be understood. This isn't the end of the conversation. It's the beginning of a new one, a path of greater knowledge, better questions, and perhaps even rediscovery of vitality you thought was lost to time. You've spent a lifetime taking care of responsibilities. Now it's time to understand what's really happening in your body, because you deserve health that's built on truth, not oversimplified stories. And the best part, that journey doesn't begin with accepting decline. It begins with curiosity, with questions, and with trusting the remarkable intelligence that has kept your systems functioning every moment of your life. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. How I want to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and intend to apply in your own health journey. Let's support each other on this path toward embracing these truths. If you like this video, leave a comment with the no one. If not, feel free to comment with a 0. Your feedback means so much to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and live life on your own terms.